Like, you have to understand, I'm diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Do you see a therapist?
I have enough control over my life and my medicine to just be stable at this point.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I'm possibly the most sane schizophrenic on the planet.
That's a badge of honor.
Call from
John.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hi, Lyle.
Hello, who is this?
This is John.
John, how can I get you today, man? What's going on?
Well, I'm just calling in to talk about some stuff that's happening or has been happening in my life post-military.
Sure.
I was working for the Navy, the U.S. Navy, on a submarine back in the 2010s. And pretty much I feel like my life is in shambles afterwards. And the government's response to that stuff was just like, okay, we see what happened here. It's fucked up. Here's your money. But now I can't pursue like a career, education, and like stuff like that. It's kind of like on a permanent hiatus. I'm basically forced to be in this retirement in such an early life that I'm lost because of typical, bureaucracy fuck-ups. Sorry, can I curse? I don't know if I can.
You can say whatever the fuck you want on here, John.
All right. So, yeah, it's just a rough bag to get. I'm only 27, and I'm basically living life like I'm 56.
Wait a minute. So you were in the military in 2010?
No, 2015, 16 afterwards.
2015. Okay. Now, if you want to go into it, you can. If you don't, that's fine. But what was it about being in the military that left you left you fucked up? Yeah.
Well, they don't have a really efficient pathway for like really serious like stuff that could happen to the people they recruit. For instance, like they try to recruit from like young ages, right? But they don't really coordinate and like figure out like, okay, what kind of health risks can this person have, right? So what happened to me is I'm perfectly healthy, fit, ready to go, head out there, pass all my stuff, do all my quals, stay physically fit. And then I think it was about 19 years old, something in my head snapped. And I don't know if it was because it's a submarine and I'm 6 foot, if I hit my head too many times or what. But like, I started going down a path that was like very strange, out of character. And it was very weird for a few months. And the health pathline in the military, when you're out doing something like that, is very non-investigative, They basically were like, you're just faking. You're healthy. Look at you. Nothing's wrong, And then it got worse because they were like, he's just acting out because he's depressed, obviously. And so they prescribed like Prozac. And when that wasn't working, they increased the dose week by week until I was like at the maximum dosage for months. And this is long-winded and really shitty. I hate to bring this here.
Listen. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I fucking suck at names. What's your name again?
It's John.
John. Look, here's the thing. It's not long-winded. I'll say this. Is it like, as you're talking about this stuff, is it helpful for you to talk about it?
Well, obviously, I feel like this is a great way to, like, take off.
Okay, cool.
I haven't really told anyone other than, like, VA therapists. So I feel like it's good to get out there, at least in some capacity.
So as I understand it so far, you were 19, you're in the submarine, something in your brain snaps, you go to military health services, and you kind of go through a bunch of loops. And by the way, and listen, before we even go any further into this, just, do you talk to a therapist now?
Oh, that's something I should add. I'm a complete, I've completed all forms of, like, behavioral health therapy. I've graduated a bunch of programs. It's like post. So I'm very good at this moment.
Okay. Oh, so you're doing great now.
Yeah.
Really? Well, okay, hold on. I'm glad to hear that. Wait, hold on. I thought you said your life was in shambles.
Well, yeah, at least in terms of, like, pathing-wise. My life is in shambles because of the circumstances. Like, you have to understand, I'm diagnosed with schizophrenia, and yet I'm here speaking and talking with you like everything. You wouldn't really know if we met and talked for, like, 10 minutes, you know? You kind of feel like something's up, but, like... Yeah, I'm pretty mellow.
Cool, man. Cool. So. When you went through all this, like, mental health, like, stuff and these programs, like, what did they tell you anything that was, like, helpful for you?
For me, it was trying to not assign guilt for what happened, you know, at the time. Like, I can't blame the military as a whole. I can't blame, you know, myself, because it's out of my control. The only people I could really assign any blame was, like, superiors or like, people that actively harassed and, like, made life worse for other people. But I can't meet or see them again. I mean, hell, they were so old, probably half of them are buried. I'm not really too sure. So it's kind of like I had to make peace with it.
So I mean, let's do this. Let's talk about right now, because you say that you're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. What's going on in your life right now? You were saying earlier that you felt like you were living like, you know, you were in your 50s.
It's true.
Tell me this. What is it, if you have ideas of it even, what is it that you want out of your life right now that you don't feel like you can attain? Or is there anything even like that?
I would say attaining stable housing is, like, the craziest thing to do nowadays. Like, I can't plant roots nowhere. I can't own chickens nowhere. I can't, like, pursue a life that I would perceive as, like, peaceful and in my control. For the most part, I've been living half out of a storage unit for, like, a year and a half.
Where are you calling me from?
Just
is
because
it a storage unit?
Oh, no. I had to move back in with, like, my parents, so that's, like, another thing that people typically have to do. Sorry, I'm pacing a lot. I should get out of the heat.
No, it's all good, man.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, like, because it took 7 years to fight for, like, the medical evaluations and the disability and all that stuff, it's practically put me in a hole where it's like, well, now I can't even make money on the side. I can't pursue, like, a job. So I'm just stuck at home or like helping others. That's pretty much it. I can't take money, but it's like not enough to pay for like rentals in my area. So it's kind of like a weird floating gray area where I can survive, but I can't like pursue like home ownership or higher education, that stuff. So I'm stuck at this level where I'm just right above the poverty line.
And so, is the government? Did they just give you like, here's a big one-time check, or are they like recurringly giving you kind of like veterans benefits?
It's until I croak.
So you get recurring payments from the government from the result of your services. Okay, and that's enough money for you to survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm married, and it's like I feel like I'm not providing enough because I feel like, oh, I'm approaching 30. I should have a house.
Did you say just now that you were married? Did you say you're married?
Yeah.
Tell me about your wife.
She's amazing. I wouldn't have gotten anywhere or fought for myself at all if she didn't like kick me in the ass and say, go fight for what's yours, you know. It took 7 years just like back and forth with the system for them to be like, oh yeah, I remember you. I see that you exist. So yeah, if she didn't fight for me, none of this would have been happening. I wouldn't be speaking with you straight.
That's really lovely, man. How did you guys meet?
This is weird. Facebook dating.
Okay, that is weird. Yeah, that is very weird.
Yeah, when they did that, it was like we both joined within a week of it like starting, and it was just a chance encounter. We were both thinking about like deleting different sites, so it was just like, I don't know. I don't like to believe in fate because it feels too spiritual to me. But I was like, damn, what are the chances? It's very slim.
Well, it's funny because even if you are diagnosed schizophrenic, you are probably one of the more sane people on Facebook dating.
Only stay for as long as you need it. Pick one person and then leave all dating sites. That's my advice. And then if that don't pan out, try again. So just don't stay on those sites. People are crazy.
Yeah, did you have any like weird encounters?
When I was more vulnerable post-psychosis, a lot of ladies out there kind of brought me over and used me and then would like ghost. So, and it's not like use me for food either. It's like get me drunk or high and then, you know. So, a lot of my relationships were like that. There wasn't anything labeled or serious. It was very. It's probably why I'm 4 years in this relationship, and I still don't know how to like perform intimacy. So like hugging and, you know, properly cuddling and stuff like that. So it's a learning process for me.
Do you still, I know that there's all these like programs and stuff, but do you see a therapist like regularly who can help you with these kinds of things?
Yeah, I have a doctor and I have a psychologist.
Okay.
But it's just like.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like process to the level where I'm not talking to someone every week. I'm like talking to someone every 2 months because they're confident that I have enough control over my life and my medicine to just be stable at this point.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I do.
That's great.
I feel like I'm possibly the most sane schizophrenic on the planet.
Hell, that's a badge of honor.
I certainly hope so.
That's cool, man. Hell yeah. I mean, no, I really mean it. It is cool to have undergone that affliction, but you're still like, for as difficult as it is to deal with, it sounds like you're dealing with it very well.
Yeah, a lot of times nobody knows. That's something that I always kind of like, don't mean to joke around, but I'm always like, man, absolutely nobody in this room knows that I had like a psychotic episode, and like actively now I see and hear things that they don't. So it's kind of like a thing that I keep to myself.
And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I guess back to like, so you're making enough to survive from the government, but you feel like, I guess, and forgive me if this is just me being ignorant of the affliction, but like, are you unable to get a job because of this? Are you unable to do side things for money?
I can't pursue work because retroactively, once I got the VA stuff done, Social Security came in and did an evaluation. Basically, they said the only job they felt like I could do was making grommets for the next 40 years. Making rubber grommets.
Grommets?
In a
What's
factory.
A grommet?
It's like a seal that's usually used in like mechanics.
Okay. I thought it was that clay.
Out of rubber.
I thought it was that clay dog. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, of course.
Anyway,
but yeah, Social Security basically said, okay, we don't think you can work in this economy and workforce.
Wait. So you can fucking go down to McDonald's and put in an application, and they run your Social Security number, and they come back and they're like, sorry, the Social Security says that you're not fit to work?
Yeah. Like really? If I do start working, it would have to be through Social Security. They have a bunch of programs where some agent figures out where I go work. Yeah. But if I do that, then it gets shady because they can start taxing me again, and they can start like shaving off what they pay me, so it just evens out. So if I make like $2,000 from working my job, it would probably just end up being like $1,700 because of Social Security being like, and I'll just take this. You don't get this month. You made too much. It's a lot of stuff like that. And when you're married and disabled, it's like, oh, the government gets to stick its nose in practically every single thing that I choose to do. I pretty much summed it up to, I should just pursue a life where I hone my land, improve my home, and like raise bees and like raise chickens.
Does that sound like
that's the plan right now?
Does that sound like a good life to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's something they can't tax. It's something they can't say I'm doing a job over, and it's something I feel like I'm giving back to the planet, in some way with my life.
I like that, man. I really like that. I wanted to actually touch on that real quick because you told me something. You said you can't work. All you do is you said you live with your parents and you help people. You said that.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
I try to like branch out to like people that are kind of like in circumstances that I was in. So like if somebody is struggling with fighting for their much deserved benefits because they served or XY, I try my best to get in contact and basically tell them, okay, you got to be the squeaky wheel. Only the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You gotta keep bugging them. Even if they tell you no, 3 or 4 times like they did to me, because that's what they'll do if they feel like they can.
Do you know do you personally, like, I mean, I don't know if they ever, had you do any group therapy or anything like that, but do you know a lot of other people in similar situations as you?
Yeah, in the area I'm at, there's a lot of veterans that don't get help or don't have access to even file for stuff. That's why the vet centers in your local area are pretty important. People need printers and fax machines and to even respond to them. So it's really important to support your local vet center, because you don't know. They could have nothing. They could be sleeping on cardboard, no documents.
So
it's really rough.
What are you doing? I guess, what are the steps between you and being able to cultivate some land?
Well, going through prodromal phase schizophrenia, being prescribed a high dosage of Prozac was horrible. It put a heavy damper on my credit score for years, because when you're in that kind of mind state, it was like a haze. Because of the prescription and my brain being funny, I racked up $100,000 in debt in 3 months. 3 months. How does that happen? Every time I think back, I'm I have no idea. So that's all paid off to currently, but and my credit score is better now. But that was probably the biggest damper on fixing all of that. I can't afford a mortgage unless I move to Kentucky. That's what I see. And then the rentals, it's half of my assets they ask for, and then say, oh, you have to pay the utilities also. I can't wait to eat $50 worth of groceries for the month. That's the west side of the country in terms of rental. I feel like there's some sort of malignant monopoly causing everyone to just increase their prices to ludicrous standards. I think they're hoping somebody from out of state who doesn't know any better is going to come in and outbid the price. And they don't know Washington has heavy mold, leak, termite problems, land erosion. They just don't care. They're going to just turn it all into Seattle eventually. So,
can I ask you a weird question? Maybe this isn't a weird question, but can I ask you a question?
What? Go ahead. Yeah, I'm free and open.
What do you do for fun?
I like beach crawling.
Okay.
You go to abandoned areas of some shoreline near you. You just walk. You have to hike first, but then you walk the beach and you can find some pretty wacky stuff, man. A lot of people keep sea globes, but I'm more interested in the stuff where you're how far did this have to drift to get here? A lot of the Chinese stuff is kind of crazy to think about. You're that had to drift all the way through the Pacific to end up here. That's the stuff that makes me go, wow. Sometimes dolls. I don't know why dolls end up in the ocean, but sometimes.
Have you collected a lot of different things? Do you keep any of this stuff?
I keep the ones that I know I can preserve or keep as is.
Is there anything in particular that you've kept that you hold a fondness of that you want to share?
a really, really heavy tin ingot. I didn't know it was a tin ingot because it was covered in barnacles, but it's a like 3-pound block of tin covered in barnacles, top to bottom. And they were dead by the time I got to it, but it was a really interesting find to be like, what's under here? Oh, a metal bar, you know?
Well, listen, man, I do gotta say, it's unfortunate that Social Security is not letting you work, because I think you would do a great job as an audiobook reader.
Oh, I hear that a lot, but
yeah, you got a good voice for that.
Oh, maybe I'll try that sometime.
Dude, thanks for sharing all of this stuff, John. I hope that it was helpful for you. I want to do this real quick if you're down with it. I want to see if the chat has any questions for you.
All right.
If you're down to answer any questions, I'll let the chat write some stuff, and I'll pick out some questions.
I'm open.
Let's see. One person asks, do you think that farts would age in a jar like how whiskey does?
Did you say farts would age in a jar?
Yeah, now that I read it, I don't think that question
I
makes
don't
any
know.
sense.
I would say if you're really interested, go work for your local septic company. You'll find out.
That was a good answer. Someone asked, have you been open with your loved ones about being able to manage your schizophrenia?
Kind of. It's hard to express because some family members have a different perspective of what post-psychosis to me was like. You know, I practically had to rebuild my entire self from the age of 5 back in like a year and a half through medication and like heavy everyday behavioral health therapy. So some people experienced me while I was practically, mind my language, retarded. And then some of my family experienced me while I was actively like having reactions to like other kinds of medications. So there was a lot of physical problems. So they know that at this point I'm the healthiest I've been. But other people have different perspectives of how capable I am.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I would answer that question with that. So it's a kind of mixed bag. My grandma feels like I could regress any day, and other closer friends just know that I'm really doing okay. So
yeah, bro. I think the fact that you're confidently saying that you're doing okay, you know, today in this moment is very, very good and commendable. Someone asked what your favorite movie was.
My favorite movie, I would have to say Eraserhead, just because it's such a unique David Lynch, you know, film.
Do you watch a lot of David Lynch films?
Not recently. After the monkey one, I kind of was like, he's going places, but I don't know where this is going.
Wait, what's the monkey one?
He made a short film a while ago where he voiced a monkey for like the entire film.
That sounds kind of cool.
His mouth was over the monkey's face. It was a trip, I would say, just out of blue. Oh look, new David Lynch. What is happening?
Someone wants to know if you wipe your ass back to front or front to back.
Well, you're supposed to go front to back. If you go back to front, you got problems. You probably never get any head, ever. And you wonder why.
Actually, somebody did earlier ask, does John like sloppy?
I don't like it because my sexual arousal is completely derived from the partner. So if they're just not getting anything other than a sore throat, I'm a feel bad. I'm gonna feel like it's a waste.
You're a sweet guy, John. You're always giving back to the community.
Yeah. No handouts though.
Well, look, man. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us. Is there any other, like, I guess, well, is there anything else that you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
I'll say this: everybody is deserving of love, and they should always fight for it. No violence.
John, we appreciate you sharing your story with us, and I said it a bunch of times, but I'll say it again. I think that the journey that you've been on to you started this call by saying that your life was in shambles, but I think the journey that you've been on, as you've described it to us, from having that psychotic break to being in this place where you are right now, where it at least sounds to me like you have some optimism for good things to come to the future. I think that's a very commendable thing, and I don't think that should be lost on you. So good luck. I hope you get this farm one day, and thanks for calling, man. Geck bless you.
No problem, Geck. Have a good one.
Take care, John.
Bye.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I something about, like, I might regret saying this, but whatever. I feel like having schizophrenia and watching a bunch of David Lynch movies sounds like it would be a pretty crazy experience.
Call from
Carlos.
Hello, Carlos. What's up?
Hey, what's up? Is this Lyle?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. I need your advice.
Tell me what's going on. I'm gonna try my best, man. I'm whatever. Yeah, fuck it. I'll try my best. What's going on, Carlos?
All right, so I've been married for 5 years and been with that person for 15. And they've been unfaithful to me in the past, but not since we've been married. I've recently discovered that they are being unfaithful, but they don't know that I know. And they're supposed to go away next weekend to what they say is a friend's trip, but I've uncovered that they're going to go meet up with the person, and I need to know if I should, go and confront them there and confirm it, or if I should just talk to them now.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you want to do?
I want to go there.
Why do you want to go there?
Well, because I kind of want to see it with my own eyes. Like, they're going to a concert, and I want to buy tickets, and just, I know what section they're going to be sitting in, so I want to buy one, a little far away enough to, see what's going on, and then kind of confront them after the show.
Are you, so how did you find out that she is going to a concert with this guy and not on this girl's trip?
Yeah, so she has a few friends she regularly hangs out with, and one of her friends, we have kids, so we were at a baseball game, one of my kids, and one of her friends accidentally said something about going to a show, and just the way they looked at each other, their eyes got big, just kind of put up red flags for me. So there was a time where she left her phone on the bed and it hadn't locked yet while she was showering. So I went in there, and then I saw the whole message thread and everything between her and that guy.
And you guys have 2 kids?
We have 3.
You have 3?
Yeah.
Have you talked to a lawyer?
I've looked into it, but no, not like a lawyer, just what it looks like for divorce and stuff where I live.
So, look, I don't should you go and do a whole dramatic confrontation between her and this guy and rile up the emotions and take part in a scene? I don't know. But I guess the way that I'm thinking about this is like, okay, you have 3 kids, and what's gonna be the best course of action for your kids, and then what's gonna be the best course of action for like you and your own, sanity. And I don't know if the answer to that question is to go and confront them and cause a scene. I don't know if the answer to that question is to leave quietly. I don't know if the answer is to consult a lawyer and see what he thinks you should kind of, what sort of ducks you should get in a row before you take on this. But yeah, I mean, I'll say this: I'm sorry to hear that. That's a really tough situation, especially after having kids, and it's a real big bummer because you said she was unfaithful before, and I commend you for having the strength and the outlook to forgive and take another chance, but and it's a bummer when you do that and you're like, well, no, it was like this all along. And so again, I'm sorry to hear that, but I guess, man, like if while we're on the phone right now together, I would say like I guess I wouldn't want you to like go out, like make your next steps in this situation out of pure anger and emotion, because look, you don't want to go there and like you don't want to get in a fucking fight with this guy, and you don't want to do all that. You don't want to do all that, right?
Dude, anyways, like,
right.
I guess when I was younger and she did cheat on me, I felt a lot like that. Right now, just because it's been so long ago, man, I've matured so much. I got 3 kids. Like, I want what's best for them. I'm not going to be getting into fights or anything, even though I could probably take them. But the thing is, it's like she's a very good liar. As you can imagine. And my big concern is like, if I don't catch her in the act, and take a picture or something of them kissing or something like that, she's not going to admit it. And then in court, I'm not going to be able to say that, she committed adultery or anything like that. She's not going to give me her phone. She's not going to obviously allow me to, like, I didn't take any screenshots or anything like that in the moment. I'm just very disappointed, and I kind of just want this to be over. And I know that if I like just confront her, you know what I mean, like just talk to her about it, just her and I, she's gonna deny it. She's gonna call me crazy or something like that. So that's like a big reason why I want to go there. Like as far as anger, am I upset about it? Absolutely. Like who wouldn't be, right? But not like, oh, I can't believe, like, I'm gonna go beat this guy up, or I don't feel like that at all. I just don't know if like that's too much to just go and try to collect evidence, see it with my own eyes. So like when she tries to tell me that I'm nuts or that I'm making stuff up, that I know I saw it,
When's the concert?
It's gonna be, let me look at the calendar. I think it's the day before Memorial Day, the 26th. Yeah, it's gonna be the 26th.
The 26th.
And then she's spending the night, quote unquote. So there's a hotel involved and all that.
Where are you right now? Are you at work? Are you?
Yeah, I'm at home right now.
Where's she?
She's at work.
Where are the kids?
They're at school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, first things first, I'd consult a lawyer. But, I mean, let's talk about this, right? So, what do you... And you've been with her, what, 15 years?
Yeah, man, since I was like 17.
And, okay, so what would be your plan afterwards, man? Like, I guess, what do you anticipate for the future? What do you want to happen? I know you're kind of in a state of, like, processing right now, but... let's talk about it for a second, if you can.
Yeah, I afterwards, I mean, if I see this happening and it's really what I saw on the phone and all that, like, I want a divorce. I want be in my kids' lives. I want to be an active father. Just because she's not a good wife to me, I want to be clear. That doesn't make her a bad mom. She's a great mom. She's just not a good wife. So I hope she allows that from me. I'll just I work 60 hours a week. So, do that, see my kids. I just want to be successful enough to help raise them, and for them to have a good shot at life, Yeah.
That's
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That rocks. Who's the concert again?
I'm afraid if I say it, people will know the location.
Oh yeah, actually that does make sense. Let's not do that. Yeah. That would be really funny if like a bunch of people in Gecko suits just showed up to her section and her seat. And then she would definitely be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
If I had like more animosity towards her, I probably would. But like I said, I don't want this to be like a big spectacle. I'm just torn between what I should do because, like I said, she's gonna lie her way out of it. And I won't have any proof, and I won't have any reason in court at all to just be like me filing for divorce because I don't want to be with her.
That's why. That's why.
She's been spiteful before.
That's why. Well, you say she's been spiteful before.
Oh yeah, when I've caught her in the past prior to being married, she's definitely gone out of her way to try to hurt me or stop me from having any future with other people. And then things got kind of quiet for a while, and then, for lack of a better phrase, the flame was rekindled, and then we got married, and then actually not too long ago she admitted to me that, as messed up as it is, that she only married me because she wanted to make sure that I was never going to be with anyone else. She couldn't stand the idea of it. So that was a really nice thing to say.
Is this the only woman that you've ever been with?
Yeah, in a relationship. When I was younger, I've been with other people, dates and stuff, but not anything like this at all.
Well, I guess. Another thing is, I know it's been a really long time, but I hope that you don't. And dude, honestly, anything I'm gonna say, you sound like a dude with a real healthy mindset about all this stuff already. But I guess I hope that this situation, it doesn't set the framework for how you view relationships, because that can happen, right? Especially if you've been in one relationship for a long time and the person's fucking nasty to you, then when you go back out and start a date again, you just expect people to be nasty to you, and it happens, friendships wise too. So I guess when you if you do decide, for however long it takes, whatever, if you do decide to go out and start seeing other people, I hope you just make sure that you're setting a new standard for yourself, so that you're not being it's so that way the next time someone's yelling at you or whatever, you're not well, this is just how relationships are,
Yeah. I guess I haven't thought that far ahead yet, because I haven't, it's pretty much the last thing on my mind right now. But that's a good point. I've never been in that situation, so that's a good point. I probably can be hard on myself and have some expectations. So,
how old are the kids?
They're 3.5, 9, and 2.
Well, listen, man. You're a good dude. You really are. You're a good dude. You got your head on straight. I'm glad that we could talk about this, but I don't think you really needed my advice. If you came in hot and you were I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of that guy and all that stuff. If you were coming in hot, I'd be worried. But you got a chill mind. I'm not worried about you at all. Well, go talk. That's as far as like, okay, it's like the final, like the question, like, should you go to the concert and like take pictures of them and stuff? Like, bro, I would just, I'd talk to a lawyer. I really would. I would like get off the phone with me, go call a divorce lawyer and be like, what do I need in court to make it so that, you know, I'm all set when it comes to custody and assets and all that stuff, and, you know, see what they have to say.
All right. I'll do that. That's a good idea. I've been putting that off for a while, so.
Carlos, I really don't know if I believe in karma. I really don't. I really don't know if I believe in like an external force that makes that enforces karma necessarily, but I have optimism just from talking to you that things will go good in your life soon enough because you've been
thanks, Lyle.
You know, a good integral guy, and I don't know if that's true. You might get run over by a car tomorrow. God's crazy, but I hope it is. God damn it, I hope it is. And if I were in charge of the universe, I'd give you $10 million.
That'd be nice. I think the kids would be well set up with that.
Carlos, is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Hey, if someone is cheating on you, at the very least, don't stay in a relationship. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Take care, Carlos. Thanks for calling. Good luck.
All right, thanks, Lyle.
I fuck with that guy, Carlos, man. Carlos is a good guy. That I went on a whole rant about karma at the end because I was just like, man, fuck, you know, Carlos is a good guy and he just got fucked, you know. And I hope something good happens to him. I really do. I hope something good happens to him. Yo, that'd be great. Well, I don't know who the artist is, but what if it's like Carlos fucking contacts Bruce Springsteen and tells him the whole situation, and he goes on the stage and he puts them up on the Jumbotron and he confronts them there. That'd be cool. I mean, I don't know how productive that would be, but it'd be cool.
Call from
Jaden.
Hello?
Yo, what the heck? What's up?
Who is this?
Jaden.
What's up, Jaden?
You can call me Jay, though.
Jay, I don't know what you just said. I'm gonna call you Jaden. Jaden, what's up? How's it going? How are you? What'd you want to talk about today?
Oh my gosh, yo. Did you see what I texted you?
Nope, no idea. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, I don't know. Anyways, I was calling you to talk about. I listen to your podcast all the time while driving, and I listened to one of them recently. And it was you talking about, like, you struggling with, like, your weight and all that.
Yeah.
And that, like, just, like, hit me, like, dumb close. And I was like, man, I got to talk to this guy about this because this is, like, actually something I relate to so hard.
Sure, man. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been, like, a constant, like, up and down. And I'll really, like, get at it and then just, like, be completely unmotivated to... Yeah, it's just, I'm sure you understand what it's like.
What does it look like when you're getting at it?
I mean, I constantly, like, trying to, like, diet, watch calories, that sort of thing.
I mean, do you have a... Well, I mean, here's just, like, a thing about it I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about, like, there's no... I used to always... I find myself in this habit, and I've been doing this my whole life, at least as an adult, where, like, I will fantasize about a season of my life in the future wherein I have the strength and the capability to get in very good shape and the time to get in really good shape and the... You know, whatever. I'm always doing that. I'm always fantasizing about seasons of my life in the future that I'm not weighed down by the emotions and the problems and the constraints that I deal with presently, right? Because you always want to believe that in the future those emotions and those constraints will go away. But guess what? I've been doing that for years and years and years and years. And here's the truth about the future. It never comes. It's always the present. So I've learned that, and I've gone, well, if I don't get in shape literally right now, not a future version of me that is cool and ripped, but me right fucking now, it's just never gonna happen. It's just gonna always, always, always be like this. And so, I mean, that's what you gotta understand when it comes to doing that. And that is fitness advice from a 200-pound 5'6" man, if that was of any value to you. Because I'm also very not. I mean, I go in little waves of it. Like, I think I decided this. I decided this because I'm traveling a lot with like doing the tour and stuff. And I had a period of time earlier this year where I was like, okay, I actually think I can still diet and eat okay. But I'll get whenever I'm at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, I need to eat for some reason. I don't know what it is.
what the fuck are you gonna eat at the airport?
Dude, no. When I'm at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning, first of all, like the days are longer. So when it's a short day, when you can like wake up at 8 and go to bed at 10, it's easier. The day is shorter. But when you're like waking up at 5 and going to bed at midnight, it's like there's just more time awake to eat.
Yeah.
But anyway, who cares about that? But yeah, no, I'm at the airport at 5 a.m. eating. I was at the airport at 5 a.m. I had a vanilla colada from Dunkin' Donuts.
Dang.
How crazy is that?
Dude, the airport Dunkin' is so dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
Dangerous.
I mean, yeah, man. What's your food of choice for the destruction of your body?
Oh my gosh, yo, freaking! So I work at Chick-fil-A, so that is like my biggest downfall God could have ever given me. Main job working at a fast food place trying to lose weight. Craziest thing ever.
Do you get a lot of what's your favorite Chick-fil-A item that they give you for free?
Oh my gosh. Well, when I'm trying not to be, freaking fat, if you get a regular sandwich, if I can recommend anything to you, regular sandwich, just a regular deluxe sandwich, and add bacon and American, and your life will be changed, and you'll freaking be fat like me. But
that sounds kind of awesome.
When I go on break recently, it's freaking, dude, changes your life. For real, changes your life. But when I'm not trying to be freaking fat, I get just a grilled sandwich, and that's also pretty good.
Yo, okay,
and
all right.
Significantly less calories.
Bro, the grilled nuggets at Chick-fil-A are actually pretty calorie efficient.
Bro, talk about protein intake and like low calorie.
This is the dumbass version of the Huberman podcast. Well, anyway, man. I mean, don't get the milkshakes.
Oh, dude, our milkshakes are so bad for you, dude. I haven't had one of them in like forever, but they are fire.
I used to work at a frozen yogurt store, and that was horrible because it was a frozen yogurt store, but it was also a candy store, and it was a failing business, and nobody would come in, so all there was to do all day was eat frozen yogurt and still candy.
Sit around, eat. Well, at least you got paid to do it.
Yeah, I used to work out of this like office, and they had crazy snacks, and I would stream out of the office, and my routine was like stream, talk to people on this podcast for 2 hours, and then afterwards just take a huge fucking dab and eat literally like 5,000 calories worth of office snacks and stuff. But anyway, I don't know if any of this is helpful. I'm going back to my routine now. Like my routine on a good day, I'll eat a Quest bar and a Muscle Milk, and then I'll have like some other random fucking thing. Sometimes I'll have a Factor meal. Shout out to Factor.
Yo, you made me genuinely look into them, and I was like, not to shout them out or anything, but I was like, yo, this is actually a really good option.
No, fuck it, free promo to Factor. I love Factor. Factor's great. It gets a little tricky for me because I'm always like on the road and stuff, so I'm not always there to like get the thing. But when I had like 2 months where I was not on the road and I was doing a lot of Factor, and it's good shit. So I mean that shit. Chipotle is actually pretty. It's fucking expensive. Like, if you get a Chipotle bowl
for real.
Like, so I'll do this.
When I go there, I get a bowl.
Yeah.
So expensive.
I'll get a Chipotle bowl. It's got fucking double meat. Get some queso on there. White rice and brown rice doesn't matter. Same amount of calories. It's something like 840 calories, 81 grams of protein. That's a lot of protein. And $20, which is a lot of money to spend on a fucking one meal. Well, whatever, I guess.
Whatever. Everything's just money anyways.
Protein's expensive, dude. That's why when you get beef jerky at the
oh my god,
it's crazy expensive. Beef jerky, nuts. The protein bars are fucking expensive.
Yeah, anything that is protein based, you're basically gonna have to sell your firstborn just to have a package.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a Twinkie is like all the Hostess shit. It's super cheap. It's like $1.
They want us to be fat, Lyle. They want us to be fat.
They want us to be fat, and they're getting what they want as of now, but not forever. Not forever.
Nah. I hope when I come to your show, we're both just like absolutely fucking ripped.
Literally, which show are you gonna come to? How much time do I have?
Really want. I put my number in for the. I live in Delaware, so I'm like between DC and Philly. They're both like 45 minutes.
Yo, I actually all right. So those are in September. I might actually be able to get a little ripped by September. All right.
You're gonna get ripped. Don't think you might.
Let's do
this. You're gonna be ripped.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. What's your name? I'm gonna forget it when I meet you.
Jaden.
What is it? Jaden.
Jaden.
Okay. All right. If you come to either the show in DC or Philly, and I stand around and meet everyone after the show. So if you stand around and we meet,
that's awesome.
Let me know. It was like, hey, I'm the guy who you talked to on the podcast about. Let's make a pact. And maybe not ripped. We don't have to get ripped, but we'll make a pact to get about as reasonably ripped as you can get from May to
until September.
Yeah, and I'm gonna feel like a piece of shit because if you show up and you're like you have a six pack and you're like we had a pact, right? And I'm like 10 pounds fatter.
Nah, we got this, dog.
All right,
for sure, got this. Like, you're also gonna be 6 foot. I'm also expecting that. I don't know how you're gonna grow that much, but you will.
It's true. I do have to also grow 12 inches. No, not 12. I could grow 6 inches. That's not bad. I feel like if anyone has one of those medieval torture machine stretchers that I could borrow, that would be cool.
Well, I might have to find someone who can trailer one, and we can do it at the show. Talk about a segment.
Damn.
I know.
We should do a segment on the show where me and an audience member try to look smacks.
Well, I look forward to that.
Jaden, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Oh my gosh. Get swole, and if you're fat, just know it's not forever. You can change.
If you have $20 to spend on Chipotle.
Yeah, if you can eat Chipotle every day, then you're good. If you can't, Twinkies are like $4 a box. You can live off those.
Yeah,
but that's what the government wants.
All right, take care, Jaden. Good luck. Go try not to eat shitty stuff.
I won't. I'm gonna do it for you, bro. I'll be shredded when I see you.
Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself, Jaden. That's what you gotta learn.